call it Notting Hill Gate, some call it North Kensington. But we know it as Ladbroke Grove, we who live here. And Grove music is just our music, the music in the Grove.
And musically, right, it's close right now because we all know each other, right? Yet we all have our own individual styles. So if I say all of us don't sound alike when we get to play, it's all different sounds, right?
Yeah, we are dealing with black music, right? So basically we appeal to all black people, first and foremost, to show them the unity right now is the important thing. After we achieve unity, we start to get together amongst ourselves. We get that together, we can deal with the rest of the world in any form, whether we have to fight them or live in love with them. But first, black people must come together. The important thing in the music for me right now is black unity.
Only just children play reggae music because, as we say in the song, we who feel it, so we know it, and in our music we will show it. Reggae music is a music that talks of the experiences and the lifestyle, the whole life of the people who play it, or who the people who play it sing about. Now you'll find that most of these rock groups, you have to call them, right? They will start playing reggae music.
Try to play it.
Or try to play reggae music because it's a thing at the moment. Everyone wants to listen to reggae music.
Like from early times, right? It's the same thing what happened to rock and roll in America. Seeing? Come right down to now where if a music is not saying anything, right? Like tell you to get up and get down and go to work and just don't even bother think about the conditions we're living in. Them love that.
Can't hit that have enough chance.
You know what I mean? We could have write music that don't mean anything. Right? It's just a happy business, a happy thing, and
puppetry.
And
Sam Davis Jr. business.
See, anyone can do that, Anyone can do that because you don't need no kind of convictions. You don't have to think. See? But you see, from a music is telling people then for check for themselves. I say check for your brethren. You know what I mean? And for black people, unite. Them not gonna love that because them don't want to see black people unite. It come like we, the black people over here, don't have nothing to offer, It come like everything entertainment-wise are in that field. We have to get from either the States or Jamaica, you know, and all we do is just receive. And it's ridiculous because we, as a community who live in here over 20 years now, we must have something to say, which black people in other parts of the world have to listen to, as well as everyone else, you know.
Greetings, brethren and sisters. I'm reaching that divine name, the first and the last, Alpha and Omega, King Selassie, Rastafari.
Right now, going to tune called You Are the One for Me.
We play Carnival because every year we play Carnival. Carnival is something we support, and it's the most important thing happening in England for the spirit of black people. So you know, so I and I can come together.
Yeah, because it's a time of year when black people from all over the country come together.
All over the country, all over the universe.
See, if we have a rallying point, we get more together, we're more unified, and then we get stronger. We learn from each other, and we learn how not to fight each other. You know what I mean? But they can't see that nowhere. They don't want to see that in Ladbroke Grove.
I mean, that's the last thing what them would have liked to happen. Is black people unite and love one another and cool. See, if we are right, them can alright. See, so it come right down to that where it's music we are talking about, a record or a studio or what. You know, come right back down to that. If we cool, something wrong with them.
Babylon a fool. Babylon design forget you're comfortable, man, and you trap
Thomas
inside there.
Lappin,
So, you know what I mean? You see certain thing where you want, and you try to reach for it from the first day you come here till the day you're dead.
The
If
trap
you're
is
dead,
that.
you're dead.
The trap is that it's easy in a Babylon for you to sit down and Babylon have technology, right? So it don't look to a one who doesn't look who not seen very far. So it's much easier and nicer and more comfortable for us rest in a Babylon and just cool. And just thinks everything cool. But everything is not cool. You know what I mean? So that is the trap.
The only reason that most black youth at school right now, because them not teach them nothing. And they're not there to teach them anything. Seeing them just there to turn out some robot. You know? Who when work their affords them can go, you know, build some car and thing and
Yeah, till
you
5
know?
or half past 5, 15 to 65, 50 years.
Yeah.
You just program away after 50 years, the battery kind of get weak so you can cool out and hold a pension.
One nice guy, them get a new one.
I get a watch. Mark time.
We were schooled here, but the real education is a street education. By having to go through the tribulations that them put you through that are set up. I mean, even the whole fact of schooling. It is just to push youths in, push them out at the other end. There's people who are going to go and punch a card every day, punch it at night, and go home and wait for Friday to get a little money, which is just enough to take them back again on Monday. And it's that circle that we have to break, because youths have to educate themselves.
Bill Strachan in the centre came from Jamaica during the war. He became an officer in the Royal Air Force and flew as a bomber pilot. Bill, who now works in a council office, sums up the feelings of West Indians who wish to settle in Britain.
Our people from the West Indies here have no enmity towards any British people, and in fact will be a strength to them and are extremely ambitious. I can assure trade unionists that there'll be no problem of them undercutting trade unionists, and I can assure them that they will help in the cultural life in this country, and every attempt on their part is at social integration and being completely happy and cooperative with the British people. We don't want any special privileges or anything more than any other British worker has in this country.
Our parents were still striving to become this image that they have up there, you know? And even in this time, when they see I doing certain things, they don't understand it. So this is why you have enough youth and parents always in confusion.
I parents never see it, because they come to England and well humble and just go to work and from work reach back at them yard, cook one meal for the week, and don't say nothing about it. And I as youth and we see it and feel it, and it hurt I. And then them get up and fight against we as well. So we have to rebel. I rebel, sir.
come here first from the Caribbean. In the 50s, they had a chance, they had an opportunity because them could see from the example in the United States what can happen between people, different race, living inside big cities, you know. And them claim to be freedom lovers who help to save the Jews from the same thing. And then we come and they had the opportunity to really set up something nice and they just let it fall down flat. Them give people the worst housing, the worst job, and make them feel rejected. After them apply for us to come here, after we didn't apply to come here.
Well, there are many immediate evils of the coloured invasion which are well known to everybody living in this area. But in our opinion, the most important is the long-term one of mass interbreeding. We feel that you cannot have coloured immigration on the scale in which you're having it today without sooner or later having mass interbreeding. That must lead ultimately to a mulatto Britain. Insofar as we believe the civilization and culture of our country is the product of our race, we feel that if we have a mulatto population in the future, that must mean the downfall of the civilization and culture of our country, which we hold so dear.
In the lives of great nations comes the moment of decision, comes the moment of destiny. And this nation again and again in the great hours of its fate. What's the story convinced?
Babylon-ism, Westernism. You know what I mean? The system I try to hold on I brethren, whether it's in Jamaica or Africa or right here in England or America, same system. Right now in South Africa, them call a system of capitalism, but it's the same system.
They spend money on reports that they could have spent on the people, right, to find out why black people go on so, why people suffer, why them discriminate. And them come up with reports and they give them answer and recommendation and them still don't take notice. Then black people seize the opportunity in their hands themselves and show them, well, your report said this and your report said that, but we are the real people you're writing this report about, and this is how it is for us. And we check, say, this is what you want to do if you really want peace in this land. Like, we live in this area, we should have a club for ourselves, we should have this for ourselves. And them still reject that, and this is the result now. And I check, say, if them just go on rejecting things what people suggest to them, what them should do, then they're not just sick, they're worse than immoral, you know. Them just want a society who, I think, survive on conflict between different people, you know.
They who are experiencing the situation that we're living in, this oppression that we're living in. This is why, as we were speaking before, the bands like Police can never play reggae music. They can try, but they can never play it because they don't experience the same living conditions that I and I, as black women and children, experience in England.
So the man say, you know, Messiah in conference, all type of selection, you hear me? For this night or this night, this dance cock, you hear me? I'm not ashamed that I'm born in the ghetto. Ladbroke Grove resident. I'd like to know I'm living it right. Say what? Just like, oh yeah, it's a beautiful life. Oh yeah.
Start off small, mostly big people and a few young youth. After a while, the youth them kind of take over. It become part of the youth culture, and after a while, it didn't matter where them come from in the Caribbean. That music was just part of their culture. They grew up with it, something to identify with in London, you know. After a while, them start get together. The police start to get frightened to see a heap of youth together, so they used to look for any little thing to start the thing amongst them. Then the thing between police and black youth start from the 60s time then and develop, you know, get bad. Plus, a blues dance don't have no hours, right?
Yeah, and it's free. You come and go where you want.
Come and go. English time entertainment done between 11 and 12, right? And black people just, that's not them style of life, right? So the blues dance is the only way really, in the right way, them could have let off steam, you know. Anytime a man tried to put a stop to that, him just start trouble, you know. It's like closing all the pub or banning football in this country.
Disaster.
Yeah, disaster. You know.
So the man said, "Sam lives to carry the swing, so make you do your own thing round the corner. Give me one of your girlfriend, yeah. Give me one of your girlfriend. Say the barra me na barra not telling me a lit. Barra me na barra not telling me a lit. Say you want them from I want to say. Say you want them from I want to say. So you yam am and a me rank four. But when you money come me, I go see you that the rock of me a general. No doubt about me a general. The mother showing me a gonna be something special. So the man said, family, based on the business, hear me? Your quality, no otherwise, weasel wise.
From your start of sense and I go to school and start teaching. Them start teach about heaven up in the sky and you know what I mean, and like say Babylon have all the good things of life and you should check for that because that is heaven. Him tell you what heaven is. So we really find that's a trick because all the time when him tell you what heaven is, he might tell you about heaven to be a dream, you know what I mean? Or God must be some guy with a big long white beard. It's a dream, but all them time they still have him heaven right here and we suffer hell.
God in our head, right, in the Caribbean, seem to be a figure up in the sky. Somebody you hope will look after you after all this shit is over. You know?
Pray to him.
You pray to him. Kneel down and close your eyes. But Rastafari say, if you have to wait for that God, then you waste time because you live right now.
Don't have anyone, no one to love me. You never go. Now in this time, they gotta look up to him, Almighty. You feel you could follow him if he was living in sin. You never had anyone. Now as to old white world, you never had anyone. Every man, woman, boy, and girl. Bring it on! Bring it on now! The meaning of this song means, if you don't believe what I'm saying, look around and see how much Rasta youth you have now. Right? And if Rasta was a thing bad, all them you can't be wrong. All them you can't be wrong. Cause they're the youth of tomorrow. They're the man of tomorrow. They're the man of tomorrow. They're the man of tomorrow. So when you all see them dread up their head, take heed. Take heed of one. Cause they're the man of tomorrow. The man of tomorrow. He don't have anyone. No one to comfort him. He don't have anyone. No one to love him. Yet he never done no right to no one. Hey, he never fired no gun. Oh, and they persecuting just because him growing last. They want to use him like him a vulgar dog. Now in this time they gotta look up to him. Yeah, you feel you could follow him if he was living in sin. He never had anyone but Jah. So who else do he need? Who else do he need?
know what it stands for amongst black people, what it means. They are preserve of black people's past, their history, and their knowledge of God, their knowledge of the Bible, not what they was taught, but, how them decipher the Bible for themselves. And it's just oneness, really, we are dealing with.
First is the knowledge that I and I are Africans. And then the desire to return to Africa, to rebuild Africa. So the only way we can even start to achieve that is to get up and become ourselves, right? So therefore we know who we are and we know where we're going.
Africa is for the Africans at home and abroad, you know what I mean? And we don't really vision a black man really turn Prime Minister in England or a black man turn President in America. That means really at the top of the order which part the laws of the land or whatsoever it is really made. Black man don't really have no say. So we always have to be living under a law we're not really designed for we. You know what I mean? Because England law kind of not too bad really, for white people. You know what I mean? But we have been our one kingdom for really strong, you know what I mean? We's always alien out of them places.
If you watch out some of them old people, black people, they are fair some long time. It's like the system get to some of them in a star. But you see, I and I know what youth, soldier, strong, can't get to I and I, you know, so because I and I, that's why we see we have to be militant.
Right now, it's not a vain, hopeless business we are dealing with. Right? It's Zimbabwe in front of everyone's eyes, you know, say, it's not a hopeless business, this is reality, you know what I mean? What the system was really hold on black people is not an unbeatable system. So you get defeated, they're like, Angola the same thing, but Zimbabwe is the latest one.
This is the voice of Zimbabwe.
Pamberi nechim, Pamberi nehondo, Pamberi neruzhinji rweZimbabwe, pasi neimperialism. Aluta continua.
Dance of triumph is victory. Chant songs of sweet melody. A decade of ended, never time is done. Everyone give thanks and praise. Jah and Jah alone shall see us through.
Well, in that particular song, it deal with South Africa in particular because it's like the more the black people feel, the black people in South Africa believe that as well. It's only them one fighting, you know what I mean? And like I, out who live all over the world like Jamaica and England and even America, that we still recognize the struggle what them are going with and know so we are fight the same struggle with them out here too. Even though them don't really see we every day, but artically and physically too, we are fight the war out there too.
It's not a wish that we should fight. See? It's not an offensive thing. We now deal with so we have to go out the street and look war and fight with people. But if we are fought against and continually fought against, we will pick up arms and fight because we're not a man. True, we are Rasta. Man say Rasta this and Rasta that and Rasta now to deal with war. But if war comes along, we're not going to sit down and get battered. We never come to get slaughtered at this time. So we have to defend ourselves and defend our race.
Well, we don't see it right now as for really pick up the gun and start shooting everybody about the place right now, you know what I mean? But we have to be involved in the fight and we have to fight hard. Now we find that with our music, with our lyrics, we find we can be very piercing with our lyrics, you know what I mean? Because we know that a lot of people don't like it. Because it really cut them. It's very sharp lyrics, you know what I mean? So we really, music is our battlefield then, where we are wage the war from right now. But when the war step up to gun business, we're not that same way, you know what I mean? When it's shot, we have a fire. We don't fire that just like our fire lyrics.